Hello everybody, Pastor Matt here, and I've been debating whether or not to, you know, talk much about the whole presidential situation we have going on lately, and I've got advice to not, I've got advice to speak up about it, and after debating it back and forth, I've decided that I'm going to weigh in. I'm going to give my opinion on the best candidate for president when it comes to Pez dispenser likeness. That's right. Now listen, this is not an easy decision to make, not an easy field to judge, because there's a few different factors in play here. So we got to level the playing field with a couple rules. So for example, there are plenty of presidents who served during what I call the camera era. So there are actual photographs of them, but that isn't fair to presidents who served before the camera era where there are no photographs. So to be fair, we really should judge the likeness of the presidential Pez on their official presidential portrait. Let me show you what I mean. This is Warren G. Harding, obviously. But I want you to take a look at a photograph of President Harding, and you'll see that's pretty well done, right? But that isn't fair because not all presidents have photographs to go off of. So if you're going to go by his presidential portrait, that's a little tougher, and so while it's a decent effort, I would say that his likeness between the portrait and his Pez does not quite get him on the medal stand. So hopefully that's a good example. Another one I'd like to show you. Herbert Hoover, again, obviously. But when you look at his likeness, we'll look at his presidential portrait. Not bad, but it's almost like they added a little bit of J. Edgar Hoover into that picture to really get it to match. And again, not fair to match or to combine multiple people to come up with the Pez dispenser likeness. So again, Herbert Hoover not on the medal stand, unfortunately, for the Pez likeness contests. I will show you a couple notables. First, I'll just show you my most disappointing Pez likeness. Obviously, I had high hopes for President George Washington. Not a terrible likeness, but still, when you look at his presidential portrait, I mean, they do what they can with the hair. I get it. His face kind of, is a little off to the side a little bit, but his eyes still trying to look at you. I don't know. I feel like they just they missed the mark there. I think the Pez looks almost more like Robin Williams than George Washington. So, in any case, George Washington not on the medal stand. Let me show you what I feel is the worst likeness of all the Pez dispensers before we get on to the superlatives. I show you John Adams. There he is, John Adams. If you'll have a look at his presidential portrait. Yeah. Now, there's a lot happening in this photograph, or in this portrait, I should say. Got a lot going on with his hair there. And, I mean, if you look at it, they did the best they could to come up with the hair, but as far as the rest of this here, that's not even the same guy. I'm not sure what they're doing there. So, anyway, I thought John Adams a disappointing likeness, to say the least. But now let me show you some impressive things, right? So first, I'll give you some honorable mentions. Didn't quite make the final three, but still solid efforts all around. The first, I want to show you Franklin Pierce. Franklin Pierce. Look at that. He has the piercing stare. Pun intended. Let's have a look at his portrait. There's Franklin Pierce here. And look, I think they did good work here. Look, I mean, they get to that. The hair going, right? If they could make the Pez kind of have like a sideways look about him, like the portrait does, that would be really neat. But and they couldn't pull that off because it's really more of a straight ahead look. But still, you have the stare on the Pez. You have the stare in the picture. So I think this is good work. So well done there by the Pez people. Honorable mention for Franklin Pierce. Another strong contender. I think you'll agree that Calvin Coolidge is well done. Here's Calvin Coolidge's portrait. Again, kind of facing a little to the side there, but I think a strong likeness. They get the hair just right. They get the, yeah. I think Calvin Coolidge, well done. He was actually in my college fraternity. Not the same year as me, but anyway. So well done by Calvin Coolidge. Our final honorable mention. Let me show you. James Buchanan. That is James Buchanan. Again, he is just inches off the medal stand. I feel bad to not include him because this really is good work. But there were good contestants. What can I say? But have a look at James Buchanan. I mean, that is well done. You know, look at that guy. They even got the tall hair thing happening a little bit there. Again, it'd be helpful if they could give a little side look to him. You know, like the portrait does. But that's good work. So a solid fourth place finish. I know there's not a lot of consolation when you're trying to get onto the medal stand, but let me show you our bronze medalist. The bronze medal goes to President Woodrow Wilson. I think you'll agree, getting a look at President Wilson, that this is going to be some good work. Hard to beat that. Yeah, that's well done. So there's your bronze medalist, Woodrow Wilson. Your silver medalist. And this is a strong effort all around. I want you to look at President William Howard Taft. President Taft really seals this with that stash. Look how they recreated that handlebar mustache. They got the middle part on the hair. The hair color is right with a little bit of gray here and mostly brown. I don't think they could color your hair yet back then, but it's really kind of hard to see anything else other than that mustache. That is just, I mean, that is well done. And well done by him on that portrait, but well done by the Pez people as well. So there's your silver medalist, President William Howard Taft. And then your gold medalist, you know, one of the most influential presidents in our history, but, you know, kind of a underrated, understated president. But I think that he finally gets his due when it comes to presidential Pez likeness. So your gold medalist, I am pleased to give you President James Madison. Check out the likeness work here done for President James Madison. It's like he was cloned onto the top of a Pez dispenser. That is really well done. I think the red shirt on the Pez dispenser is unfortunate because that kind of draws away a little bit from it, but I mean, that is just quality. Even got the interesting hair situation, kind of that widow's peak thing happening there just right. I mean, they went all in. So James Madison, friends, he is your champion, your gold medalist when it comes to presidential Pez likeness. I've seen no one get it done better. So there you have it. I know that, again, speaking up about this kind of thing causes a lot of controversy. If you have some views that differ from mine, that's okay. I'm glad to hear it. Toss a comment there. I can handle it. But that's my picks for the best candidates for presidential Pez likeness, and I hope that you got a lot out of this time together. Maybe some food for thought for you.